What is up, basketball fans, and welcome back to Zero Gravity, Apollo Media's NBA podcast, brought to you by J-Bar M. J-Bar M Barbecue is just a couple blocks away from Toyota Center. They got free parking, not a big deal. Best barbecue in the state. Great drinks, great people over at J-Bar M Barbecue. Shout out to Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary Mix. Shout out to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. I'm your host, Stone Strankman, joined always by Josh Garcia. How we doing, bud?
Well, first of all, shout out to you. Shout out to August. Are we through it? I think we're through it.
We're close.
The worst of it. We're almost there. Birthday's next Saturday. Finally, encapsulating all the shitty parts of the season. We're through the worst of it. So baseball is, the Astros are stinking. Texans, I don't know where the hope is. We're gonna find it. Rockets, so much hope. And let's get into it, buddy.
Yeah. Speaking of a Rocket legend, Patrick Beverly.
Whoa.
On the Pat Bev show pod, whatever they call it on Barstool. I can't remember. I don't listen to it, but this clip came out the other day. Patrick Beverly didn't know about Karl Malone the way that everybody else knows about Karl Malone. He was flabbergasted when he heard the news of Karl Malone's past when he was 20 years old, roughly. Not good, because he was asked about Karl Malone, and he goes, "Oh, he's one of the best scorers. Like, he's got a lot of points. He does this," and Roan just says, "Well, what about his off the court stuff?" He's like, "I don't know anything about the off the court things." And then Roan proceeds to tell him what happened, and Pat Bev did not have words. No words were said. He was just caught all the way off guard. He had no idea. So that was a funny NBA moment that we had in the past week.
It's like he's seen a ghost. I mean, you cannot compare it to any other feeling other than being so scared and fearful beyond your words that he couldn't even say anything. It was such a beautiful moment. And obviously, Karl Malone, nasty, original nasty man, some are saying. I cannot believe you are a basketball player that has played in this league for 13, I think, going on 14 years, and he's played for obviously 25 years in total. What do you mean you don't know what Karl Malone did? Everyone knows what Karl Malone did. We don't have to say it. We're on YouTube. We got to be as ethical as we can here. But you know what Karl Malone did. But I want to be as oblivious as Patrick Beverly is. Just not a care in the world. Going to play in other countries that have done very atrocious things. I won't say any words. However, I think that's very funny that Patrick Beverly just he doesn't have a care in the world, just having the time of his life for whatever he's doing now.
It was an impressive clip. If you haven't seen it, just search Pat Bev and Karl Malone on Twitter, and it'll be right there in your inbox, right there in your search. Very funny clip. Other non-basketball news. We're going to have non-basketball segments potentially through football season. So Apollo's doing a fantasy league, fantasy football. Every team is a podcast. Plus, our sponsor will have a podcast. That'll come out next week. We're going to be talking about fantasy football for at least 3 minutes every show for the rest of Oblivion until football season's over. Every podcast, like Zero Gravity, Summit State of Mind, our Rockets podcast, Beyond the Diamond, our Astros podcast, Off the Gridiron, our Texans podcast, Around the Circuit, F1, Watch Movies, our TikTok, our pop culture TikTok, where they do movie games on TikTok. They're going to have a team. We got lots of teams. We got lots of personalities going into this fantasy football league. There will be content out of it every week through fantasy football season. And me and Josh and Sheldon, he's going to join remotely, but we're going to be drafting later this month. We're going to have a live stream for it, sponsored. It's going to be a lot of fun, but we're going to have a Zero Gravity team. So jump on the Zero Gravity bandwagon, if you will. And during the draft, there might be some incentives. If you send a super chat, you might be able to pick for a certain team. If you send a super chat for a certain team, you might be able to make a guest pick. Every team will get one guest pick based off of super chats during the live draft later this month. So there will be more information about that with our sponsor in the next week or so, but hoping to hear back about that tomorrow. It's going to be a fun league. It's going to be interesting. Zero Gravity's team, me, Josh, and Sheldon, we're going to be running this fantasy football team. So we will have a non-basketball topic to talk about every week on Zero Gravity throughout the duration of the football season. So just want everyone to be abreast about that and not caught off guard when we start talking football for 2 to 5 minutes every episode.
This is so vital to the pulse of Apollo Media. I'm so excited. We're gonna get after it. We're gonna get Bijan 1-1, and everything is gonna work out.
We're
I'm
gonna have
all
to.
in.
The
All
draft
in
room's
on
gonna.
Bijan.
The war room's gonna be different on draft night. We're gonna have to talk about some things because we
That's
both have
okay.
our own grievances with certain players. We have our own things about other players, like Kyle Pitts. I know you took him last year. We're staying away from Kyle Pitts. Just want you to know that we're not taking Kyle Pitts. We're not taking Kyle Pitts.
Who is the Desmond Bain volume shooter of the NFL? Let's transition it a little bit.
Volume shooter. It has to be a running back that gets a lot of carries with now a lot of yards, or a quarterback that throws 45 times a game and completes maybe 20 of them.
I feel like it's Kirk Cousins or maybe prime Jameis Winston. One of those.
Prime Jameis is 100% the answer there. Jameis Winston, volume shooter, Desmond Bain Award winner in fantasy football.
One extra gravity, handed out.
There it is.
Very proud of him.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. I will let you know about the sponsor next week after we announce it and everything. But it's going to be a fun league. Zero Gravity's team will be an interesting one with all the brains. And we got numbers guys, we got feel good guys, we got ball knower guys. It's going to be an interesting time with the Apollo Fantasy Football League this year. It's going to be fun.
Can't wait.
It's going to be fun. Big news this week in basketball. We got schedule updates for a lot of things. We got opening nights. We got Christmas Day games. We got that on the docket already. I don't know when the schedule officially releases in full 82, but banner night for OKC, opening night of the NBA, will feature your Houston Rockets. Whoa. The KD effect is real. Good for you.
Thank you. I've been waiting 6 years for a feeling even remotely as close as this. It's been a long road coming. Of course, I know your Mavericks have been in national conversations for a long time, and feels great to have that feeling back. Obviously, KD being on the team, that's kind of the catalyst here. And of course, we would have known that obviously with or without KD, we still would have gotten some kind of national treatment, maybe like a 2023 or 2024 Sixers type treatment. We're getting 10, 15 games a year, but KD being in the mix, I'm beyond words excited. I cannot wait to see us playing the Sacramento Kings on a Wednesday on ESPN, and maybe the Mavericks on NBA TV. This is real deal, real life. This is real life, man. I'm so excited for it, and I get to see Mike Breen, washed up ass Mike Breen, do bang calls on KD. This is going to be perfect.
Have you ever seen the Rockets on an opening night? It's
been a long time. I want to say it's been 7, 8, 9 years. I don't know.
Because with the Mavs, I know we had opening night 2011, 2012 season. We had banner night, obviously from winning a championship, something that y'all haven't done since before we were born. But
that's right.
Yeah, people forget. But opening night's always a two-edged sword with me. I'm so happy that basketball's back, but I'm so antsy to watch that first Mavs game. And I'm sure you're the same way. You just want to watch the Rockets on opening night. And I think it's a blessing for you. You get to watch your Rockets on the first game of the NBA season this year, the first game with Kevin Durant in a Rockets uniform. Opening night, OKC, they're going to hang the banner. And it's really funny that KD is going to be in attendance for the first ever banner at OKC. I think that's one thing that no one's really talked about yet is OKC was Kevin Durant's team. Kevin Durant was OKC for the longest time. Obviously, he leaves, and then you go through the rebuilds. You got the Russell Westbrook years, then you go through the Paul George and Chris Paul years, and it's a weird journey towards their first banner, and now they finally get it, and Kevin Durant will be in attendance. I think that's a funny little nugget that they introduced there.
Yep, it's a 15 years, well, really 17 since the Thunder have been in the mix. I don't want to say they deserve it, because I'm thinking KD era they deserved it, but I don't know. They tried their best. They fucking finally did it. And then, 17 years later, Shea can go to his little hometown in Canada and at the CFL stadium and walk around in a crazy fit with the NBA championship trophy. And we can all forget about it in a week or two time and, go into the new season with a fresh mind and a fresh head ready to fucking watch some good ball, man.
Yeah. My favorite ring night, banner night in recent memory is the Warriors. Draymond Green was suspended
Yep.
He comes and gets a ring and then leaves.
All he had to do was show up. It just get free entry into the club.
Yeah, banner night's always tough because it's like you wanted your team to win the championship the year before. You want your own banner night. You want your own ring night, and it's even worse, especially when your team loses to the eventual champion, like that 22 Warriors team that I experienced. And now with OKC, it's like I don't really care. Like that's going to be the least memorable ring for me in a long time.
It's such an asterisk. I mean, you look at Tyrese getting tearing his Achilles in half. I mean, what was it? 6 minutes into the game,
6-7 minutes in, it was tough.
That's insanity. But I don't know. I've been thinking more, and going back to Kevin Durant here. There's a lot of discourse based on his field goal and efficiency, and they're talking about Russell Westbrook, had the most field goals attempted and had he was putting up the most shots when Kevin Durant, the greatest scorer of this generation is on that team. And of course I believe someone, and of course I don't have anything in front of me, so pardon me, this might be a little bit wrong, but there was someone on Twitter that said that KD doesn't have that instinct because he doesn't he hasn't put up the most shots on a winning team, because obviously he's had Steph, he's had Clay, he's had Draymond, he's had Harden, Kyrie. You can look at all these different guys, and it makes me wonder, this season with the Rockets, how could he not be the one that is going to be putting up the most shots? I don't see Amen Thompson putting up more than 12, 13 a night. Sengun maybe 15. And I believe that, to my knowledge, again, nothing in front of me, but KD, I think that he's consistently been at 17, 19 shots a night. I've never felt him as a 20-shot a night type guy, but there's no reason why he can't be the number one guy. Obviously he has been in regards to efficiency, but people online are calling it non-winning basketball.
Well, I've got the tweets in front of me.
It's killing me. Please help me out.
Got the tweets in front of me. So August 8th, a Lakers fan account tweeted the last time that Kevin Durant led his team in field goal attempts per game was 2018. Dime Dropper Pod quote tweeted it and said, "Greatest scorer ever, my ass. Y'all like efficiency more than what's needed to win." KD then promptly replies, "Welcome back, Twitter, KD. Most online award, Kevin Durant award, zero gravities." Kevin Durant replied, "30K points on low field goal attempts. I'm a coach's dream. Dime Dropper. I mastered scoring at 24 years old, man. Give it a rest. I don't care about being the best scorer ever. You are diminishing my all-time greatness calling me that." Very funny. He's just like, yeah, dude, I figured this shit out when I was 24 years old, and you're calling me out. I got 30K points and less field goal attempts than pretty much everyone else in that club. So very funny tweet. Very funny that Kevin Durant is the most online person. But welcome back to opening night, KD. Happy for you.
KD, you are back. I'm thinking of the 3-point buzzer beater. Was it against not to bring this back up, but was it against the Mavericks? I don't think it was opening night. It because I remember it was in OKC, but that was one of my favorite buzzer beaters. It fully pans to a weird crowd shot that I've never seen a replication of. It's almost like a full bird's eye view of the stadium. It was
great. I blacked this out from my memory because I don't remember.
Yep, great buzzer beater, man. That's one of my favorites. Just catch and shoot, fade away, buckets. It was incredible.
Yeah, well, Rockets at OKC for the first game of the NBA season. The second game will be Warriors at Lakers. It'll be the late game. Steph versus LeBron. We're getting that as much as possible on national television for the next year or two. However long LeBron decides to play, however long Steph is in Golden State, we're going to keep getting those games. So don't hate it. I think it's a good opening night. All Western Conference teams, which is fun for us because that's the best basketball. It's where the best basketball is played. Western Conference, right. SEC. People forget. But yeah, I think it's a good late game. I'll stay up and watch it. I'm not prone to watching a lot of late games, but I will watch this one.
Definitely. I mean, we've been thinking about it for the past 2 or 3 years. Like, oh, this could be the last time that LeBron and Steph play each other. This could be the last year. And, it's crazy because I don't think that this would be the year after all the discourse that we've felt and seen over the past 3 years. But you can tell. I mean, we're not getting this forever. This fuckery won't go on for much longer. Always got to sneak that in there.
10 plus years since that tweet. Yep. Very funny. The other scheduling news that we got was Christmas Day games. We got Christmas Day games on the docket. I love Christmas Day. Christmas Day for basketball fans is the best. I know football's kind of sneaking their way in. They took 2 games last year. They're going to have 2-3 games this year. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm still going to watch the basketball over the football. I know my dad thinks differently, but I don't think I'm with them this Christmas. Might be with the in-laws. So it doesn't matter. I can choose what I want to watch.
There you go. Freedom.
Yeah, there was a lot of TVs in my dad's house, so, like, I was able to go to a separate room and watch basketball. It didn't matter. Like, I still had my
Yep.
choice, but, um, he sat on the porch and watched the football games. It was good temperature that time of
Love it.
year, but, Christmas Day slate, first game, probably 11 o'clock our time, God's time zone, Central Time Zone.
That's right.
Cavs at Knicks, the 2 best teams in the Eastern Conference. They said, "The fuck with the Eastern Conference. We don't need any of them anywhere near the Christmas Day slate except for the first game." So,
Yep.
yeah, that's the right
Here,
pick.
y'all take this.
Yeah, right pick. Cavs at Knicks. It's the 2 best teams in the Eastern Conference heading into the season. That's the right pick.
Yep. And bar none. I mean, we're not getting Celtics. We're not getting Pacers. We're not getting banged up ass teams. Too bad we have to wait one more year to get RJ Barrett and Grady Dick on Christmas Day. It's very, very sad. Maybe next year.
Probably not.
Nope.
Yeah, outside of it, it's like Boston's hurt. No Jason Tatum. Understand why they're not here. Orlando's kind of the other one that I'm looking at. And it's like maybe in a year, maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
Pistons, same thing, maybe in 2 years. Well, they need a little bit more playoff success from those teams. So Cavs at Knicks, I like the opening slot because I don't really watch the opening slot. It's too early in the day. There's still Christmas Day festivities going on before people start to go take naps or whatever it is. More people come in later at night, so then it gets a little tough. But yeah, I'm not going to watch this game, but it'll be on. It'll be on the TV. I just probably won't be paying a lot of attention to it.
Yeah, no, it'll be there. But I'm telling you, the NBA schedulers, the powers that be, that they want to make somebody happy, I guess. Because if it was really up to them, I think that they would be putting 10 Western Conference teams in, in this.
It's the Knicks at Madison Square Garden on Christmas Day. That
You
is
also,
a must.
you
That's a
also do
must.
need that. That definitely is a must. But I'm kind of glad that it at least is like the 1A, 1B of the East. Like if we are getting any Eastern teams, which I'm surprised it wasn't 3 and 2. Obviously it's 4 and 1, and we'll go down the schedule, here in a minute. But that's so wild to me. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't know who you put with Boston because it's got to be Boston in the Garden. Like that's
I'm
the only
good.
one.
Boston and Detroit, maybe, but that's like a year. That's a year out when everybody's back healthy with Boston. And
I'd argue that Cavs at Boston, Pistons at Knicks. If we're doing 2 Eastern Conference matchups, we get the playoff matchup. We maybe get a fight on Christmas Day.
How are you mad on Christmas? Why are you mad on Christmas? That's
well, Isaiah Stewart stays mad. So the next game, good game, I think. Spurs at Thunder.
Yes.
I think that's solid. You get Wemby on Christmas Day at the defending champs. Champs get a Christmas Day game no matter what. Understand that. So I think the Spurs, good pick. You got Wemby, you got Fox, Dylan Harper now, Stephen Castle. Like it'd be an interesting matchup because we'll be a couple months into the season. At that point, we'll kind of understand what teams kind of are really starting to shape up as heading into the trade deadline a month and a half after that. And I like Spurs at Thunder. It's a good little teaser, the early afternoon, the 1 o'clock game or whatever it's going to be.
Yep, definitely bring a lunch pail to work type game. Wemby is going to drop 40. Him against Chet or him against Hartenstein in the paint. That'll be really fun. Hopefully, God willing, everybody's still healthy. I don't know how much did we talk about, if at all, De'Aaron Fox's insane contract.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that at all.
Why did that happen?
So I would have to assume that De'Aaron Fox was only pushing his way to the Spurs, which is public knowledge. Like he had one team that he was willing to go to. And that had to have been a wink, wink. Like, yeah, you come here, we'll get you your extension. We'll wait till it's as big as you can get because there's no one else on the roster that has any big money right now. We're fine giving you that. My question is now that I don't believe he can be traded for a year, which is fine because Dylan Harper, rookie season, you don't know what you're getting out of it. But it's also pushing your timeline a little bit, I think, just a little bit, giving him that max extension, however much money it was. It's more than Luka. I think it's $10 million more than Luka a year. What do you got with the Lakers? So that one's a little tough, but I understand that you gave him the extension. I don't understand why you gave him the max extension for someone that perpetually hurt and also not a top 5 point guard in the game.
He would have signed for like 4,175 or 5,175.
Sure, he would have.
I feel like he would have. Also, the Spurs are going to completely open up I believe, a championship window within the next 2 to 4 years. That will last another 2 to 6 years. I mean, it's going to be one of those things where, again, you look at the West and it's just getting so much better. And obviously, we can hate on that De'Aaron Fox contract, but he's a top 8, top maybe 6 point guard in some instances. So sometimes. But
Yeah, the
I'm
efficiency
definitely
numbers
excited.
is in the 3-point shooting is a little bit tough with Fox.
Yeah, left-handed Jalen Green at times. Some are saying,
Sometimes. Yeah,
but
he does a little bit
he's
more.
got that instinct though. Not a lot of people have.
He's a
I
good
think
point guard. I
good
don't
point
think
guard.
he's a max point guard.
No, not at all. He is a step below Jalen Brunson. I'd say. I'm not saying that they're comparable or anything like that. But just in the way that the guard play is, it's very I don't know.
Yeah, and I think it might actually help their stance where if Giannis is available,
Oh,
he is, and he only wants to go to 3 teams, and they're all in this state.
stop it.
So that kind of helps you, I guess. You have to wait a year, I think, until you can trade him. So that's the issue. And he probably hasn't. I don't know if he has a no move clause on it or not. I didn't look at the contract details, but makes it a little tougher. But there's your money to match Giannis roughly. You don't have to give up too much of your roster to get Giannis if you're trading Fox in that deal, and Dylan Harper's ready to be the number 1 point guard, which I think he's going to be really good. So that's where I'm a little amiss on this contract, because you got Dylan Harper, Castle, and Fox now in the same guard room, and I'm just like, they don't all complement each other. But
you're seeing like all these guys that were formative in their rebuild, like Keldon Johnson, Sohan, Devin Vassell, just absolutely getting sent out to the back of the barn and being shot essentially, which is
not losing sleep over those.
It's too bad, because if the Rockets could have had a team with DJ Augustine as the starting point guard that got 60 wins, you know what I mean? I would have been all in on it. Hey, prime Bobcats, DJ Augustine with Gerald Wallace and Jason Richardson. People forget. I'm just saying it was definitely a fun squad over there. But I don't know, man. Dylan Harper, I'm very, very high on the guy. I think that him and Ace Bailey both have this weird, like, crazy jumpy, crazy motion, always moving type of basketball. Definitely their low lights are low. But also you got to remember too, Anthony Edwards' low lights at Georgia were pretty low. He was really unpolished in college, and he was even talking about, I want to play football. So
he's a football guy.
We've seen way worse things come out of the draft. I'm not saying that Anthony Edwards is a worse player or prospect or whatever, but at the time, because people now are still, this is peak off-season talk, but people are talking about Cade Cunningham versus Anthony Edwards and like a prospect off, and I was like, Cade Cunningham looked so much more polished than Anthony Edwards did. You could see the raw athleticism. He was way more athletic, Anthony Edwards was, but I don't know. Off-season talk got my head all messed up.
Yeah. It is what it is. My favorite game on Christmas Day is the third game.
Yes.
Timing wise, it's nap time for everybody most of the time. Like, they're getting ready for dinner. Like, if I get ready early, I can just watch the full game before everybody's even downstairs for dinner. Got drinks, like, you got snacks everywhere. You got finger foods. We do cinnamon rolls in the morning. So there's usually a leftover cinnamon roll or 4. And grab one of those as a little mid-afternoon snack for this game. Rockets at Lakers. The KD effect is absolutely real. You won 50-plus games last year. I understand that. Number 2 seed in the West. You earned a spot in the Christmas Day thing, but getting opening night and Christmas Day for the Rockets, you're all the way back, buddy.
Yep.
You and
back.
Sheldon are all the way
We've
back.
been waiting for this for so long. This is probably, I'd like to say, biases are very hard to put aside, but I really think that this is going to be the best game of the day. We'll see how KD and the Rockets, turn out on or by Christmas, but I'm really thinking, there's no reason why we shouldn't have 22 wins by Christmas Day. It's going to be real fun. It's going to be real nice. Like I said, it just kind of sucks that there is 2 road games in the mix, and I guess you get to really earn that opportunity. Obviously I can cope and say, if you have Luka Doncic and LeBron James on your fucking team, but maybe next year we'll get some home games out of that situation. But I'm just glad that we're back in the mix, back on national TV. We had a little bit of an appetizer last year. I believe we had 8 to 9, maybe 8 to 10 national TV games, and obviously including NBA TV. So you slash that number in half. I'm just glad that we're back. The Pistons are going to be on national TV again this year. Everything is falling into its right place, and that's all I could ask for.
Yeah, this is a fun matchup. There's only one gripe on this schedule that I would have done. I would have switched Lakers and Warriors having home games. One of them go on the road, and then Rockets Mavs being a Christmas Day game, just to get the rivalries going. Because Spurs Mavs in Dallas opening night for the Mavericks and Spurs first game of the season. Again, I really like that, keeping that rivalry going. We've played a few times now on opening night. against each other. I appreciate that. I love that. I want the Texas rivalries back, and the only way to do that is get nationally televised games against those teams. So I think we missed an opportunity there. I'm fine with it being Houston, fine with it being in Dallas. I didn't care where it was. But having like Cooper Flag versus KD on Christmas Day, like the old versus the new, they're kind of matching up against each other on defense a little bit there. Like that one would have been really fun for me. And then you get Lakers Warriors again, Christmas Day, Steph versus LeBron. You still have all the storylines. I think that's the only switch I would have done. But Rockets at Lakers is perfectly fine with me. LeBron and Luka versus KD and the Rockets, like that's fun. Luka looks like he's in 2018 again. The way that he jumped the other day in that video, he shot that ball, went for the rebound, which never really goes for the rebound unless he knows it's coming towards him. That one wasn't going towards him, and his head was at the rim, and I gasped. I gasped. I haven't seen that before since 2018. I haven't seen that kind of bounce out of Luka.
In his rookie year sometimes. He would like to. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Monster dunks. I haven't seen one in 3 years from Luka that was like a sick dunk. But that's going to be a fun matchup. I like Rockets at Lakers. I would have rather it been Rockets Mavs. Doesn't matter if it was.
Hey, but we get LeBron. We get LeBron against the Rockets on Christmas Day. This is a fever dream for a boy like me.
LeBron's not going on the road on Christmas Day. And I understand that you don't want to make Steph go on the road for Christmas Day. So I get the reasoning why it's like this. But if we want real rivalries and we want hate back, should have done two Texas teams against each other. And then Spurs and Thunder, like we got the whole Southwest there taken care of. That would have been sick. But whatever. Next game, good timing. If you do a Christmas dinner, it's a tough time, but we don't do Christmas dinner. We just have finger foods and people over and everything. I can sit my ass in front of the TV and still socialize. Mavs at Warriors. I don't know. It's a weird matchup. It's been 3+ now. It'll be 3.5 years since we played them in the playoffs. It's a fine matchup. It's just, I think this was kind of the throwaway one outside of Cavs Knicks. Like out of the Western Conference ones, this was kind of the throwaway. Like it doesn't really need any huge storylines. Steph versus Cooper Flag, Steph versus AD, whatever. I don't know how you want to look at it, but Mavs at Warriors, we still get another Christmas Day game. Cooper Flag's first Christmas Day game. Got some storylines there. Cooper Flag may play just every year on Christmas Day. If we're already, I didn't know if we were getting a Christmas Day game
very bold
this year. If Cooper Flag's if he's as good as everyone thinks he is, Zach Lowe's that high on him. I'm going to believe Zach Lowe. I'm already high on him, but Zach Lowe's backing me up here. You might have every day for Cooper Flag on Christmas. I don't know if the Cavs got one on LeBron's first year, but after that, I think he's been on Christmas Day.
I will say if this is your like full on throwaway game, then you take those. I mean, I think great. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I believe it was last year. The 11 a.m. game was Spurs Knicks in MSG, I believe. So
that sounds right.
So that's one of those things. It's like the Spurs stunk during Christmas. Obviously, Wemby did play, and I remember I think he went off that game. I think he had like 40 something. Yeah, I think he had 40. So obviously, you have real good bright spots, but a team as a whole, I was like, I don't know why we have the Spurs on Christmas Day. But at least with all these teams, the 10 teams that are playing on Christmas, I mean, they're all good teams. Some are good, not great, but all of them are good teams. And I don't want to say, oh, we've never had anything like this before, because I know we've had great Christmas Day matchups in the past, but I'm all in. I'm all in on NBA Christmas Day right now. I mean, the NFL God could come down and tell me to watch the NFL. I'm not watching the NFL on Christmas Day.
If Indiana was healthy, if Tyrese Halliburton didn't tear his Achilles in Game 7, we get a rematch of the finals on Christmas Day, reminiscent of Cavs Warriors. That Kyrie versus KD game. That was a good one. But yeah, we're not getting that this year. Last game, late game. I'll be too intoxicated to care. Or asleep at this point. T-Wolves at Nuggets.
Yes.
Great matchup. Great Western Conference matchup. I like this one. Ant versus Jokic again. The Nuggets look a lot better this year. The T-Wolves, they could get better. They could just stay the same. They've been in the Western Conference Finals 2 straight years, so does it really matter? I don't know. Great matchup. Ant on Christmas Day is a joy. Jokic doesn't know what day of the week it is, so it doesn't matter. He's more happy about his horse winning a race than he is about winning an NBA championship.
What a boss.
I appreciate. This is a job to him, and the horses are his pride and joy.
I don't even know what to
it's very
compare it to,
funny.
but if you could imagine, because you know how Chris Paul was really big into bowling, in the early to mid
Yeah, he's really
2010s.
good at it.
Imagine if Chris Paul had that, or
Mhm.
Jokic had that same kind of vibe with his horses, but with bowling for Chris Paul. If Chris Paul had even half of the energy as Nikola Jokic did when it came to his bowling, he would be going 300 on the PBA tour every day.
Greatest of all time. I think
Well,
he's bowled a
then
300.
there you
He's in the
go. He would be
200s every time he
Pete
bowls.
Weber. He would be the who do you think you are? I am at this point. That's so sick. And I love when people talk about their little silly hobbies. I think it was Derek Lively who was big into Legos. I don't like Legos.
Yeah, him and
Miles Turner. I'm
Miles
not
Turner.
into Legos, but I really think that it's great that people have their little outlet to, do.
Derek Lively is also into
Sure.
dinosaurs.
We're men
Jurassic World
here,
kinda guy.
aren't we all into dinosaurs? I feel like that's a big thing with men.
It's fair.
Yeah, like
no, that checks out. He just might be a little bit more
this
into
is
it
fair.
than
But
we
you
are.
look at a dinosaur, you look at an old picture, and you're like, "Fuck yes, fuck yeah, this is awesome."
I think that's what's going to make me love Cooper Flagg. Like, he doesn't listen to music.
Oh my
He just
God,
loves
no.
ball that much. He's a psycho when it comes to ball, and I'm like, all right, we got to do.
Guy from Maine. His music is
real
literally
dude
just
here.
the Atlantic Ocean. That's awesome. Good for him.
It's like the snow falling in Maine and sneakers squeaking in the gym and the ball bouncing. Like
That's music. That's
his
music to
music.
me.
That's what
Yep,
it's his
absolutely.
Beethoven. That's his Mozart.
That's awesome.
You know. Yeah, I think it's a good Christmas Day slate. I think it could be great depending on how the games play out. Sometimes we haven't had a great Christmas Day game in a while. It feels like a great Christmas Day game. Like the Warriors Cavs game always stands out to me. The Kyrie versus KD going back and forth late in the game, and that's the one that stands out to me the most. But there's been a lot of good Christmas Day games. I think we're looking at some potential here for a great Christmas Day game. Luka versus the Rockets, like that's a really good one for me. Other than that, like they have potential. Nuggets hosting the T-Wolves, that could also be a great game.
Yep. There's no real throwaways either. Like how we were saying, I don't hate to compare the Spurs and the Knicks again, but it's like we're getting matchups that are miles ahead of past, and it makes me feel good. I don't want to sit here and say, oh, the NBA. It feels like the NBA is kind of giving a shit, but it kind of does. Like they're putting their best foot forward, and I've kind of shit on Adam Silver in the past, but him and the team did a great job with the scheduling. I don't know who was responsible. I don't know if it was directly him, the owners, the players, what's going on, but regardless of whatever happens that day, they killed the idea, and sometimes the idea means a little bit more than the actual execution. So maybe the hype up and the build up, we can think about this for the next 4 months. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
Music's a beautiful thing. Shout out Mac Miller. But yeah, I think hot start to scheduling. We'll see how many games you get on national television. We'll see how many games I get on national television this year with our team. You're bound to have a handful, if not about the same as last year. Like the Mavs are just the top 8 because they traded Luka, but they also have Cooper Flagg now. You got Anthony Davis. Like the team's good. The Rockets are going to be really good. I think we're going to have a lot of national television games, but y'all getting opening night and a Christmas Day game. Good for you. Happy for you. Welcome back to the national media circus of the NBA.
We're back, baby. Finally, they're going to talk about us on First Take again. Can't wait.
Yeah, they're going to talk to you for about 30 seconds, and then they're going to pivot to Lakers.
Yes. All Lakers, Cowboys, LeBron. Can't wait.
Yankees. Yep. Yeah. Even though the Yankees are almost out of the wild card spot.
Mariano Rivera, rest in peace, your Achilles, buddy.
That's tough.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh.
No, that's funny.
But that's really funny.
And an alumni game tearing your Achilles is tough.
Yeah. So
why are we playing a full-on MLB alumni game?
You saw the Johnny Damon? Oh my God! You saw the Johnny Damon picture?
Yeah, and did you see the one from the Red Sox one a year or two ago?
No, I did not.
Still fat, but has the beard, living it, holding the trophy, all the things, and then the juxtaposition between that and having to go no beard for the Yankees, which is weird because they lifted the rule. Still have the beard. No beard on Johnny Damon right now is tough.
For a closer who has almost a 6 ERA, that's awesome.
Yeah, happy for Devin Williams there.
That's what we do it for right there.
That's what we do it for.
Throwing 89-mile-an-hour meatballs all day.
It's tough for throwing the ball away. He's betting on his game. We understand.
Has to be.
Has to be. That first pitch was tough. Schedule's shaping up to be a good one. We don't know anything else about the other 80 games, really.
Nope.
But I'll take these. These are good. That's a good start.
Yep. Shout out the NBA. Shout out to you. Shout out to me. Shout out to us. And shout out to we. I can't wait for another year of damn basketball. This,
Yeah. Year 3 of zero gravity.
Still living it up. Year 3 of zero gravity. Can't wait to just have fun out there.
We're heading towards our rookie extension.
Whoa. Hey, DeAndre Ayton, just get us a contract.
Get a second contract. Second contract. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us. Zero Gravity, Polymedia's NBA podcast, brought to you by J Bar M. J Bar M Barbecue is just a couple blocks away from the Toyota Center. They got free parking, best drinks, best barbecue in Texas. Great people over at J Bar M Barbecue. Shout out to Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. They got all kinds of stuff. They got ready to drink cans of the Bloody Mary mix. They got ready to drink cans of the Michelade, the Margarita. They got all the mixes. America's #1 Bloody Mary mix for a reason. Shout out to Zing Zang and shout out to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. They just opened up one of their other newest locations up north, I believe, and they got 14 locations in the Houston area. Great wings in town. The Wednesday burger deal. They got discounts every day. Check out Big City Wings if you're in the Houston area. Joshua, thank you for joining me. We'll be back very, very soon with another episode of Zero Gravity, the Polymedia's NBA podcast.